Bhatt Saab he's such an institution that he comes with like 3 decades of knowledge on romance and conflict and romantic dramas. For him, like one of the great things that he said is it's often what's left unsaid that communicates more than the words. And I thought that was so powerful, not only about acting but about life as well.
For me, the takeaway was that you should never judge somebody unless you are in their shoes, because you don't know what's going on or why they've made the choice that they've made.
Wow, that's the first time I'm hearing that I looked like Mahesh Bhatt. Actually, there was no conscious effort to look like it. In fact, Shankar, if anything, the effort really was to try and create an independent identity for Shankar.
Joining us today, Tahir Raj Bhasin and of course Amrita Puri. Now, they've been making headlines for their web series Ranjish Sahi. मतलब इसके बारे में मैं कुछ ज़्यादा बता रही हूँ because we have Tahir and Amrita to do all the talking. So, Tahir, Amrita, when I watched the trailer, I knew, what the story was because, you watch the glimpses and you know how exactly the story would end. But I really loved, how it was presented and how the two of you have acted your respective characters. So what exactly was the main reason for you to take up the role? Was it then Mahesh Bhatt, the name? Because nobody would want to miss out on the opportunity to work with him.
For me, it was really how layered and complex the character was. And what it often is exciting for an audience and for an actor. You might know the ending, but how do you get there? It's the drama and the conflict in between those. I just came off another project called 83. Now the world knows how that ended, but we still went ahead and made a film about it because it's about the conflict, the drama, the emotion that goes in that journey of getting there. And Shankar, for me, the character in Ranjish Sahi, is a director who passionately wants to make a hit film. But when you meet him in the beginning of the series, he's got 3 flops. And in order to make that film, he doesn't have a script. And so in order to reach that script, वो कौन से दरवाजों पर खटखटाता है, किन गलियों में जाता है, और ऐसी एक गली में वो एक सुपरस्टार से मिलता है जो है आमना परवेज, जिसका किरदार निभाया है अमला पॉल ने, and she is attracted to him and he reciprocates that attraction. But दुविधा उसके जिंदगी में ये है that he's also got his wife who he has a duty towards and is in love with. So it's that entanglement between duty and desire. And how he overcomes that to discover himself. And to me, that sounded very exciting to do.
Okay, now the movie is set, mainly in 70s Bollywood. There have been a lot of reports, about saying that it's actually been derived from Mahesh Bhatt's personal life, and that it actually revolves around, his proximity with Parveen Babi. How much of this actually holds true?
I think derived is a great word. It's not a biography, because a biography is when you're recreating and in that you are sticking to fact. I would say it is 50% inspired by true life events and 50% of it is a work of fiction. Amrita?
Okay. Amrita?
So Tahir's absolutely right, and another reaction that I got, that's I'm bringing it up now that you've asked. And another reaction was, is this artist based on Parveen Babi?
Yeah.
That's been a very popular question. So I'm glad you brought it up. And the thing is that the film is not based on one person's story or one particular individual's relationship. Sorry, I'll just wait till my dog. Okay. So,
this is Murphy's Law.
Why don't you just get him on the screen? I think he just needs.
You really should. Her dog Nimbu was a character on our set as well, because he was constantly on set with us. Yes.
What?
Is that a complaint, or you're telling her that you're happy about it?
No, we were damn happy because in between when you've got breaks, it's great entertainment. And also I have to specify he was a pup at that point, so it's a different feel.
Now this resemblance that you have with Mahesh is quite stark. I mean, it's something that that goes unnoticed. I mean, वो है आगे और हमको पता चल जाता है. So were there like special efforts that you'd invested to look like Mahesh as well?
Wow, that's the first time I'm hearing that I looked like Mahesh Bhatt. Actually, there was no conscious effort to look like it. In fact, Shankar, if anything, the effort really was to try and create an independent identity for Shankar. And one of the things that really helped in that is that I had to put on a little bit of weight because to try and look a little more mature, because I'm playing the father of a little girl as well. And the hairstyle, I think there's such a retro feeling that you get from hairstyles. So those were extensions that used to take 45 minutes to come on. And of course, there's a lot that goes into the kind of fashion and costumes that you have, because that's such a part of the 70s. So broader collars, a few buttons open, bigger sunglasses, baggy jeans, and that just help you immerse yourself into that world of the 70s.
And this character of Parveen Babi, I mean, why Parveen ji was very important was that because of her, of course, acting prowess, but also, with this ease with which, she actually gave heroines a very new bohemian face. But, the way she was covered, especially, when she wanted to sort of, live in obscurity, the kind of press coverage that had come for her, all of that, whether it was her mental illness or why she wanted to stay away from the spotlight, do all these things as an actor, as somebody from the showbiz industry, do these things really bother you? I mean, that the way media would cover you, the way media would not sort of, give you the space that you would want, especially at a phase and during a phase, when you would want it the most. So because Parveen Babi's case was making headline for a lot of reasons, especially mental illness and how it was covered in media.
I think that as far as I'm concerned, I haven't had that experience because she was really at the zenith, she was at the top, but I'm sure actors who are constantly under the scrutiny of PAPs when they leave the house, go anywhere, especially, when they have kids, it does put it's a huge exploitation of one's privacy. So, I would say that the media definitely needs to learn how to be more sensitive and observe certain boundaries.
Right. Now we have a section where we're going to be asking you some interesting questions. Very simple quiz. You have all the answers, so it's not going to be that tough. Which Mahesh Bhatt film was nominated as India's official entry to Academy Awards?
Arth.
Was it Arth?
No.
Arth? Wow. Please tell us.
That was Saranj.
Yes, of course.
Okay. With which film did Mahesh Bhatt make his debut as a director?
I know the first successful one was Arth.
And which
I just want to use this opportunity to know that had I been playing Mahesh Bhatt, I would have known all this. But I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Manzile Aur Bhi Hai, 1974. Yeah. Which of the following films of Mahesh Bhatt are based on the life of Parveen Babi? I mean, we know you've been reiterating the fact that it's not based on that, but we're using this question only because, Amala's look is quite similar to that of Parveen. So I'll give you three options and let's see, you get the answer. Arth and Ashiana, Wo Lamhe and Arth, ya Wo Lamhe and Ashiana.
Wo Lamhe and Arth.
Yes. True, you got that. Name the film by Mahesh that was originally titled Mr. Ashik. Give me more easier.
Ashiki.
No, I know you're supposed to get that with the name.
Yeah.
But not that. Amrita?
No.
Okay, so Ye Hai Mumbai Meri Jaan. That was a movie that had featured Saif and Twinkle together.
Yes.
Which Mahesh Bhatt film was remade as Gang Master? That was a subject thing.
I do this trivia, by the way. So we also have me and Nimbu sitting here.
There. I think Nimbu knows the answer. We just need a translator.
Okay, so that's... Yeah.
Gang Master.
Yeah, Gang Master.
No, you'll have to tell us.
Okay, that's... what's going to be the biggest takeaway for the viewers from this film? What's
So
going to
as
be the
far as
special moment?
Shankar's character is concerned, it's the catharsis that his character goes through in order to discover himself, and the fact that, and this is relevant to today's times, that sometimes behind every dark cloud there is a silver lining. You just don't see it yet.
Amrita?
I think the takeaway would, let's see, there's so much in this film that everyone's going to take away something else. So there's not just one thing that you would take away, especially because three perspectives here. You have mine, Anju, you have the character of Amna Parvez, and you have Shankar's perspective as well. So it depends which storyline you're following and with whose eyes you're viewing it. But for me, the takeaway was that you should never judge somebody unless you are in their shoes, because you don't know what's going on or why they've made the choice that they've made. And we're all so quick to judge. We're all human beings at the end of the day.
Right. And any advice that had come from Mahesh ji while you were working on this project?
I think Bhatt Saab he's such an institution that he comes with like 3 decades of knowledge on romance and conflict and romantic dramas. That for him, like one of the great things that he said is it's often what's left unsaid that communicates more than the words. And I thought that was so powerful, not only about acting but about life as well.
Yes. Amrita?
What he told me during one climatic scene that was really a very, very difficult scene, and he'd come on set specifically for that. He said that don't try and make it dramatic, and don't try and show ke ye ho raha hai, and focus on bringing in the drama. It's there already. What you need to do to make sure that it hits the audience is just be honest. That's it. Focus on. And not ki ye kya ho raha hai, wo kya ho raha hai, and get into all of this and what do I want to portray. He said, just be honest.
Which is true. That's how it should be. So thank you so much, guys, for your time, and we wish you success for this project, and of course for all the rest of the projects that are lined up for this year for both of you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.